In the Heart of the Word, Reflections by Father Joseph Mary, SCTJM, on the daily readings from the Holy Mass. Friday, of the 30th week of Ordinary Time. Feasts of St. Simon and Jude, Apostles.
God bless you, dear family. Today in the Heart of the Word, the Feast of St. Simon and Jude, Jesus goes up a mountain to pray, and he spends the night in prayer. When day comes, he calls his disciples to himself, from whom he chooses 12. There is so much to ponder in these verses. First, where did Jesus go to pray? To a quiet place, up the mountain. Biblically speaking, the mountain is the place of encounter with God. It is the place where man leaves the day-to-day world, the noise and perpetual activity, and he approaches the silence, the stillness, the great mystery of eternity, the eternal fountain of God himself. It is the place where God seeks man. In the Bible, life-changing events take place on the mountain. We can think of Mount Sinai and the gift of the Ten Commandments. Mount Zion, where the temple will be constructed, where God makes his covenant with David. Mount Tabor, the place of the transfiguration of Jesus. And above all, Mount Calvary, where Jesus is crucified and he gives us his mother as our own and his heart is pierced. Second, when does Jesus pray? At night. Jesus is on the mountain at prayer at night. And this is an image of his intercession for us now. After the resurrection, in the darkness of a difficult world, Jesus, the light of the resurrection, remains with us. He sees us even though we cannot see him. And he prays for us and he intercedes for us to the Father. Third, Jesus calls his disciples to himself. Where does each and every vocation originate? In the prayer of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. My brothers and sisters, the great mystery is that Jesus in his humanity is prayer to the Father, and that our vocation, our path, our life, our mission originates in his love for us and the fountain of salvation, which is his Sacred Heart. And with whom is Jesus praying at night for us? The Father. Every choice of Jesus is the fruit of his communion with the Father, so that he can say, the one who sees me sees the Father. Jesus is giving us a paradigm to follow for life. That prayer is at once the fountain, the source, and the mountain, the place where we go to encounter God. And that each of us needs to first find a quiet place, a mountain to ascend, that's separated from the day-to-day routine to be with God. Second, Jesus is with us, even at night in these difficulties. Even when we cannot see him, he sees us. When we pray, we remember that Jesus is with us. And third, to rejoice in the Father's will, however that is rightfully manifested to us, which is our peace and our strength, so that we come down the mountain of prayer with Christ into the world empowered by his love. Let us listen to these words of Mother Adela. The love of Jesus is radically new. It is a universal love. It encompasses everyone. It is a love that causes a true revolution in our hearts. It moves us to bless those who curse us and to love our enemies and pray for those who persecute us. It is a love that grows through daily union and communion with the heart of Christ. The essence of prayer, my brothers and sisters, is where Jesus gives us his own love, and through that love, he gives us his own heart. And that is our freedom, that is our joy, and that is our strength. To be beloved children of the Father. All for the heart of Jesus, through the heart of Mary.